Namaskaram. I am Dilip, your math teacher. Today we are going to discuss regarding the chapter Arithmetic Progression. Before moving on to exercise problems, we would just discuss what is arithmetic progression and what are the important formulas in this chapter. Arithmetic progression, which is written as AP. So arithmetic progression in short form, it is written as AP, is a list of numbers in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number. So each term is obtained by adding a fixed number, that is D, to the preceding term except the first term. For the first term, we are not adding any D, but we are adding D to the first term to get the second term. The fixed number D is called as a common difference. General form of arithmetic progression. So general form is written in this manner. A, this is the first term. A plus D means the first term added with the common difference. That would be the second term. This is the first and this would be the second term. And for the first term, if we add 2 times D, 2 times common difference, that becomes the third term. And if we add for the first term 3 times the common difference, that becomes the fourth term, where the A would be the first term and D would be the common difference. If we write A as A1 as the first term and A plus D as A2 as the second term, the AP becomes A1, A2, A3, so on until AN, where AN is a last term. Now common difference D. Common difference D is obtained by the current term minus the previous term. When we do this, we would obtain the common difference. The common difference is obtained by the current term minus the previous term. Current term minus the previous term. So this is where the common difference is obtained. How it is written? When A2 is a current term, A1 would be a previous term. So A2 minus A1 would be the common difference. Similarly, A3 is the current term, A2 is the previous term. A3 minus A2 would also give us the common difference. So when we write it as in AN form, so AN minus AN minus 1 would provide us the common difference. So this is the formula for obtaining the common difference, that is D is equals to AN minus 1. The second formula here is to obtain the nth term of an arithmetic progression AP, where the first term would be A with the common difference D. So this is given by AN is equals to A plus N minus 1 into D. So this is how we obtain the nth term of AP, where again A is the first term, AN represents the last term, and which is also sometimes called as L. The last term is also called as L, and N is the number of terms. So AN is equals to A plus N minus 1D. AN is a last term, A is the first term, N is the number of terms, D is the common difference. So this is the formula used to obtain the nth term of AP. The next formula is to obtain the sum of first n terms of an AP. The sum is given by Sn is equals to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1d. Sn is equals to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1d. So this is the formula used to find the sum of n terms. So Sn would be the sum of n terms, n would be the number of terms, a would be the first term, Again, n would be the number of terms and d would be the common difference. We can also write this formula as Sn is equals to n by 2 a plus a. Here we have 2a in this formula. So 2a can be written as a plus a and followed by the same formula plus n minus 1d. If you observe this section here, a plus n minus 1d is nothing but nth term of AP. So this is the nth term of AP. So we can substitute an in place of a plus n minus 1d. So that is, our formula becomes Sn is equals to n by 2 a plus an, where n is the number of terms, a is the first term, an would be the last term. We know that an, the last term, is denoted also by the letter L. It can be written as L. So if we write an as L, our formula becomes Sn is equals to n by 2 a plus L. This is our formula. So these are the major formulas which would come across in this chapter while we are solving the problems, exercise problems. Now we go through each and every exercise problems and we solve each and every exercise problems. Moving on to exercise problems. Exercise 5.1. In that, question 1. In which of the following situation does the list of numbers involved make an arithmetic progression and why? We are asking whether it makes an AP and why it makes an AP. The sub question is taxi fare each kilometer when the fare is rupees 15 for the first kilometer. For the first kilometer it is rupees 15 and rupees 8 for each additional kilometers. For each additional kilometers it is written as rupees 8. So what is given to us here? The given is nothing but the taxi fare for the first kilometer. Taxi fare for first kilometer, that is rupees 15, and each additional kilometer, each additional kilometer would be rupees 8. So this is the given form for us. Now what we need to prove here? We need to prove whether this given statement will form an AP, arithmetic progression, and why. So to prove this we have the solution. We know the taxi fare, so we would take the taxi fare for 1 kilometer. That is nothing but first kilometer would be 15 rupees. That is nothing but our A1. That is the first term. Similarly, taxi fare for second kilometer would be 15 plus 8, since it is given that each additional kilometer rupees 8. So for the second kilometer it would be 15 plus 8. That gives us 23 rupees. So this is our second term. Similarly, for 3 kilometers it would be 15 plus 8 and plus 8, since it is 3 kilometers. For second kilometer plus 8 and for third kilometer plus 8. This gives us 31 rupees. This would be our third term, that is A3. So now we got an AP in the form of A1, A2, A3. So our AP is 15, 23, 31, and so on. When we add for the 4th kilometers, it continues until the nth kilometer. Now we need to see whether the common difference in these terms are same to prove that it is an AP. So to check the common difference, I will do it here. A2 minus A1 is equals to A2 is 23 minus 15 will be equal to 8. Similarly, for A3 minus A2, that is equals to 31 minus 23 will also give us 8. So here the common difference D is equal. Common difference D in both the cases are equal. So we can write A2 minus A1 is equals to A3 minus A2. So here our final statement would be, so this forms an AP. An AP with the first term rupees 15 and the common difference rupees 8. So this would be our final answer. Thank you for watching. I hope the concept is clear. If not, feel free to watch the video again for better understanding. Once you got it, keep practicing to succeed. Interested in online personalized math coaching? Fill out the Google form linked in the description to get started. Catch me in the next video as we explore more solutions together. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Spread the word with your family and friends.